Hello, everybody. My name is Group Twos. This is John Mongrel, and tonight we are coming back for Chapter 2 of our Denizens homebrew actual play, high fantasy cyberpunk, just adult builds. It's badass and love it, and I tonight will be, of course, playing the part of Woodrow. You know him, you love him. He's a grumpy little fucker. Grumpy old little fucker. Very old, very, very little. Pronouns he, him. I am also a grumpy old fucker, just not as little or as old. The rest of these people are...
Hey everybody, I am Red. I play Rook. We are both she, her. I am having wonderful IT issues. She is a half-drow bard and rogue. And did I mention we're level 3 now? Yo, like we did the thing and it was awesome. So I think it's going to be a really fun game tonight. And that's all I got.
So many new toys.
I am Jim. I'm playing Eldaris, pronouns he, him, just like me. I think we've established that I am technically the shortest person in real life here. If not, I think we've established that. I'm vertically challenged, but it's okay because what I lack in height, I make up for in a big personality, much to everyone's chagrin. We're gonna have a good time.
We love it. You shut up.
We're gonna have a good time. We're all level 3.
Woo!
Woo! Hello, everybody. My name is Spencer. My character is Butcher Wilhelm. Both of our pronouns are he, him. And fun fact about Butcher, his favorite color is Asian blue.
Well, I didn't know we were doing fun facts.
Get on the train, nerds.
I am George, or GRRHero, the Dungeon Master, Game Master, he, him as well. And welcome back to Chapter 2, or for Chapter 2, of Denizens' Social Paradigm. Previously, Butcher and Woodrow arrived at the Molotov Blitz for Baron Dussel's private competition. Butcher met with his sponsor and the other competitors. He was introduced to the Baroness. Several villains were in attendance, as was Baroness Anchiget. I figured it out earlier. Who is in charge of the west half of Base Town. Sneaky reply, Power Shield, that's what I've decided to call the mech suits. Power Shell, fighter in the competition, was extremely interested in Woodrow. Woodrow tried to dissuade her by telling her he was not the Woodrow that she was looking for. Butcher won all of his matches, even against the former pro, now cannibal, giant Randy the Dame. Everyone won a great deal of coinage from the bets on the fights, especially Woodrow. A voice spoke to Eldaris, or spoke through into Eldaris' mind, discussing his powers and how he got them. It claimed he was the project of engineering and prophecy. The voice belonged to a skeletal woman mind scourge in Eldaris' mind's vision. She said she started his family lineage to create him. And then the...
We lost you there.
What?
Lost you at me being created.
You lost me?
No, we thought you cut out.
Like your sound cut out. We thought.
Oh. I need to redo that then?
Created his family lineage.
Oh, that was it. And then many of the parties sat and talked with the Baroness Anchigek during the losers bracket matches, while Butcher and Woodrow, or no, Eldaris and Woodrow? Who was it? Butcher and Woodrow. Butcher and Woodrow met in the bathroom to discuss what had just happened in the previous match, where Butcher seemed indestructible for a short period. But now, everyone has arrived at the table with Baroness Anchigek and Friar Merverine and Anchigek's assistant Paolo, the halfling. Mambas consulting her competitor Vijay, who has been kicked out, and also at the bar, either in the conversation or just drinking nearby, is Bankraneg, the gnome warrior from the fights. And yeah, the next bracket will start in a few minutes. And that one, there's two fights: Wormmill versus Brawlrella, and then Randy the Dame versus Cheeky Reply.
To Butcher,
I guess it would be the winners of those two fights would then fight.
Butcher, you good for the next match, though, right? Like I said, we'll figure the other thing out in a minute, but you're good, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the magic did to my systems, but I feel great.
Do you need any healing, Mr. Butcher, of any kind before your next fight?
I was pretty sure that between the matches we were given potions, right? Like right after?
No, your sponsor is the Church of Strife, and Prior Merverine has been healing you.
That's what it was. Yes. No, as far as heals go, I'm good.
I must say, it was impressive. Your latest victory was rather impressive.
Thank you. I feel like I had some help on that one. I just absolutely slammed it.
Said we
It's always
are
nice.
at the table near the Baroness.
Yes, bottom right of the map near the
I don't have the map up.
bar. Sorry.
Yeah, I just see the loading page.
Oh, I'm sorry.
When Butcher says that, I'd like to get an insight on the power players around us to see if anybody kind of smirks or perks up at that at all.
Okay. Roll insight.
$16.
The Prior and Paolo seem interested, and Paolo even says, "What do you mean? What happened? You were doing really well, I thought."
Oh, no, absolutely. I mean, I felt like I just felt like a different man out there, you know? I feel like I was blessed by God.
The Prior will say, "Oh, really? Fascinating. Perhaps the Father Strife looks upon you with favor."
I can only hope I've caused enough mayhem to earn his favor.
I know showing up for sacramental services would certainly go a long way. At least showing up regularly.
Absolutely, Father. I definitely have to get into some better habits.
I think we can all try more.
I'm trying to follow the teachings of my goddess better.
I just figure I'll try to be a good person. She kind of shrugs.
Well, I cannot speak for the other faiths, as I'm not particularly well educated, but trying to be as decent and good as person as you can is definitely what Ishla asks of those who adhere to her teachings.
Paolo will say, that's really admirable. But the prior will say, I think that's a little naive, don't you? There's strife in everyone's life. We must embrace it, allow it to change us and shape us, make us harder and stronger.
I have often
Perhaps if we're feeling a little lackadaisical or cluttered, we can go and touch out a bit of strife.
I have found in my experience that strife can also have the opposite effect. Instead of imbuing one, it could also break people down and reduce them. Forgive me, I don't mean to assume what your deity believes. Would that be a culling of the weak then, in their mind? Again, I do not come from a place of insults. I come from just merely a person who wishes to understand more about the various faiths.
Of course, that's just the weak being tossed to the side.
I see.
I can't hear you.
I said, Eldaris nods, like, in understanding that that's the message.
Okay.
Woodrow continues to drink his beer, not engaging with any of this.
Rook has turned back to her flat whiskey and is just kind of doing the same thing as Woodrow.
Paolo will say, do you want that freshened up? I see you missing the fizz.
Oh, no, thank you. This is fine. I would hate to waste good whiskey.
Yeah, the fizz, is it really even whiskey?
You have no idea.
Oh, shit.
Miss Rook has...
GRRHero tradition, I guess.
Miss Rook has different tastes, from what I understand.
It's plain. We all have kind of different tastes. Sorry. Around that point, you notice that light leaves the eyes is starting to approach the table from behind the over the shoulder of the Baroness. Paolo nods towards her as the Baroness turns and they meet and begin talking. You can hear who's got a passive perception of 15 or higher?
No.
Not it.
Passive insight's 15, but I don't think that helps.
Passive perception for me is 14.
So close.
Okay. Best you can passive insights of 15?
16 for me.
Yeah, 15 for Rook.
All right. While you can't really hear the whispered conversation, make out the details of it anyway. You do get the sense that Light Leaves the Eyes is asking for a serious meeting or discussion, and the Baroness agrees. And then Light Leaves the Eyes goes over here to sit in this table. Anything y'all want to discuss? Sorry, go through all this.
I'll talk to Butcher and be like, hey, tell you what, let's find a place to sit. I'll poke around in your systems, make sure you're straight before your next match.
Speaking of, I think I just found a new subroutine.
All right, well, poke around, take a look.
Sweet.
And I can either go back to our table where we were watching the fights, or if you want to go over to where the competitors were sitting earlier, can do that.
I think I'm going to sit with you guys for now. After that last fight, I don't really want to socialize. I don't trust anybody here except for the people I know.
That's pretty fair.
All right. As you turn to go into find your seat again, you find Shevorg approaching with one of her laners. Says, Woodrow, it's good to see you here.
I
was hoping we could talk about things.
nod and say, yeah, absolutely. I was just about to give my man a once over. Do we need to do the now, or can I wait a little bit?
I'm not the one that's stand between, stand against love. I'm not one to stand against love. I have business to speak to the Baroness of Belt. Take care of your men. I will see you in a while.
Thank you.
And she'll walk past you all and go and ask for a seat with the Baroness Conchagag. Who's leaving that table? Is it just Butcher and Woodrow?
Rook would go too.
Okay.
Eldaris would politely excuse himself, and just because everyone else is leaving, and just say to the Baroness, "I'm sure if you have need of me or wish to discuss anything further, you know how to find me and get in contact. I'll be with my friends." And just like a very polite bow as he politely excuses himself.
Okay. All right. And she will nod and excuse you. Shevorg takes your seat. Then y'all get to your table. A few minutes before the fight, like 2 minutes before the next round starts.
I must thank you, Mr. Woodrow, for covering me with the bet. This could help me with ensuring the lights stay on in my practice, especially considering I have a very funny feeling I'm going to be particularly busy soon enough.
Fucking Mickey up there with his top bet at 500. Look at all the power players around here. Telling me they're betting 500? I don't buy that shit for a minute.
I think they are probably engaging in some under-the-table deals, most likely.
Yeah, hand-to-hand, peer-to-peer, I got you. No, you were doing me as much a favor as I was doing you, so no worries there. And I will start poking around on Butcher's joints, check into any programming centers he has, start looking for any logs that can tell me what happened to him during his last fight, and any new routines that might be kicking and running since then.
Okay, make roll an Arcana check with advantage for Tinker's tools.
I can definitely do that. 23.
From everything you're seeing, it looks like the hardware and software were affected by an invincible spell, which is uber powerful.
Yep, I will.
Level 9.
Can I add something into that for that check?
What you got?
Yeah, what's up?
There's definitely wild magic corruption in the systems now.
Yeah, that was the new routines I was looking for.
Okay. Okay.
I'll definitely relay. Yeah, it looks like somebody popped an invincibility spell on you. No wonder you felt like a brick wall. That's basically what you were, except most brick walls would have fallen to you. I'll definitely put that on my list of things to grab. As of right now, though, I'm seeing not so much new subroutines, but a little bit of corruption. Think cross wires, but all ones and zeros.
Well, I think this is going to go swimmingly.
Looks like some of it might have got to your rage core. Shouldn't fuck with you too much, but you might get some, unexpected consequences. So maybe think twice before pressing the button.
Well, as long as I don't explode, we should be fine.
When Butcher says that, Rook just kind of leans away a little bit, like, the fuck? 'Cause she's just, like, been watching this interaction, just, like, head slightly tilted to the side, sipping her whiskey occasionally, but just very, this is not her thing, and she is so confused, but she is listening.
I mean, it's not like you got any major independent power sources or anything. I think the likelihood of you exploding is probably minimal.
I've had worse odds. All right, sweet.
Yeah, nah, you should be fine. You should be fine. And I'll kind of slide a glance over to Rook and Eldaris and just kind of like raise my eyebrows and shrug a little.
And with that, the illusory projection of Baroness Archmage Soul on the huge glass at the top of the map next to the arena announces the next round of the losers brackets, with Wormmill against GRRHero and Randy the Dame against Cheeky Reply in her Power Shell.
Shit, I'll be
How
right
many
back.
gold do I have to put on Randy? That's what I'm saying. Let's go down to put on Randy.
Yeah, Rook will go give some of her money to, well, no, because Woodrow's going to bet all of it, so I don't think he'll place a bet in her name, too. She'll go to place bets.
Hey, Woodrow, I ain't got a lot of cash on me, but I can make a second bet on Randy for you if you want.
Hell, every little bit helps. Come on. And yeah, what kind of odds are we looking at? I'm sure Randy's favorite.
GRRHero is favored against Wormmill 2-1, and Randy is favored 3-1 against Cheeky Reply.
You know what? I'm gonna put 100 on Wormmill.
If he wins, that would pay out 200.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then 500 on Randy.
You win. 500.
And I will spot whoever also wants to put 500 on Randy.
Do we get to keep the money, or are you keeping the money when Randy wins?
Shoot, I'll take a small kickback, but I don't expect to have all the money.
I mean, shit, yeah, I'll toss you 100 gold just to go place the bet for me.
Sure. Sweet.
Rook will put down 200 of her own on Randy and 50 on Wormmeal.
Eldaris is going to abstain from betting, but he will go up to the bar to find to see what their non-alcoholic drink menu looks like, if it exists.
Club
Mocktails, baby.
Yeah, and I'll slide Butcher 500 to bet on Randy also.
As betting concludes and the match begins, Wormmeal turns invisible off the bat as Brawrella goes in slowly with a readied attack, creeping around. He eventually turns a corner, and coming around behind her is Wormmeal. Oh shoot, I forgot his character sheet. With his claws to attack. So Brawrella counters and bloodies him as she had her attack readied. And because of his wounds earlier, he is already bloodied from the attack. Well, she takes a little bit of damage, and then he bites into her. She turns around and hacks at him twice. With her again sweeping him up in the fray in melee, and getting the advantage on him, absolutely brutalizing him in a turn, and he tries one last shot to charm her, as he tried with Butcher earlier. But she resists it and beats him down, winning the match. And Wormmeal is unconscious. And it does not look like the Baroness... Oh, no, Paolo. That's right. Paolo would be running down there. The potion. Getting a potion out. Yeah, Brawrella is celebrated. She goes over to Napoleon, who seems to give her his blessing. Paolo goes and gets Wormmeal up before he dies. And they leave the ring. So Wormmeal did not succeed. So y'all lost your money on him.
Yep.
No one bet on Brawrella, right?
No.
After that fight, you do notice that the Blood Laner and Sheevorg oh no, I'm sorry. That the Friar will go back over and sorry. So much political stuff I have to think about here. But you do notice that the Baroness is going to go over to the table with Light Leaves the Eye. Paolo eventually goes over there. The Prior is going to go talk to Brawrella and Napoleon as Kiki Reply and her her power shell, and Randy the Dame enter the arena. The illusory Baroness de Sol. Calling out for the fight to begin. Alright. Kiki Reply cuts a zigzag pattern as Randy the Dame runs straight ahead. The Cheeky Reply gets the jump and pounces on Randy, knocking them prone, but not being able to do much damage as Randy throws them off. It's up, and the two get into an arm, a test of strength with their hands locked in each other, arched over between themselves, shaking with power between the metallic, or the machine of the Allosaur battle power shell, and Randy's massive giant hands. Where's it going? So they're in a test of strength, and the crowd is on their toes, on the edge of their seats. Sorry. A burp, so it won't happen. Test of strength. Ooh, Randy is able to push down the power shell onto its knee and then kick it back and then starts slamming into it, bending over and just bending over it and slamming their fist down into it, caving it in and breaking it, causing it to spark. Certainly bloodied at that point. But it pushes back and bites Randy's arm, causing a lot of blood to flow. And spins around and gets him with a tail. Randy, by the tail, is going to grab at it and fling the Allosaur to the side, on its side, and then again pound into it. The Allosaur, one more try. The Allosaur bites at Randy, getting them in the side, and they're pouring blood now from their forearm and their hip, and the cheeky reply. You can see her and her hair, her fur, all frizzed out and anxious from anxiety inside the battle shell or power shell, where it's been damaged to its core. And let's see. Amazingly, Randy rushes for the rushes for Cheeky Reply in her power shell and tackles her, slamming down, and then with one massive swing, a double axe handle over their head, Randy smashes the head of the Allosaur power suit, and it is deactivated. Cheeky Reply gets out, and Randy grabs her and starts munching on her. He's begging for them to stop. The crowd is getting a bit disgusted. There's a few like Napoleon and Prior Merverine who seem excited about the murder. Cheeky Reply. Watching as she gets her head bit off.
I think once a lot of that started, Rook kind of like churned away a little bit and focused on her drink.
I was going to say, Eldaris, once that he saw that, he actually probably would have gotten up from the table and said to his friends, "Pardon me," and stepped outside.
And Woodrow did actually not see it. At the beginning of this fight, I would have gone to go ahead and talk to Sheevorg.
Okay. Baroness would stop. Would call out, "Up." It's too valuable to kill. You can eat the next one. Randy tosses her to the ground, half chewed on, not half chewed on. Gets out gets out of the pit, bloodied, and not great, and is just going to climb up and lay on the couch right there by the Baroness. But she replies, seems unconscious. You will see a guard appear, one of the battle wizards that the soul employs appear as it lifts both of them out of it with magic. Then Randy is called back, and they groan and muster their way back to the field, as is GRRHero, who's been healed quite a bit.
He's probably going to need an Eldaris after that showing.
Y'all did win your money with Randy. So a 500 bet would become 650. I don't remember, Rook, what you bet on him.
200.
200 would be... what would that be? Let me do math here on the calculator. 260. Randy's not showing a strong, or is not having a strong showing today. And beat on twice, once lost. But still favored 2-1 against GRRHero.
In somebody's mind, he probably would reach out to Rook, I think. Rook would just hear Eldaris' voice in her mind just saying, "If you can stomach the next match, please let me know when Mr. Butcher is fighting again. I think I will remain out here until then."
She's going to reply, "Are you sure that it's safe? Are you sure that it's safe for you to be alone? The fight's over and it's cleaned up already. Well, kind of."
I would rather not take the chance of witnessing something else like that happening. If there is an emergency, I can get you instantly.
Wouldn't bank on that, but alright, if you're sure.
Yeah, and Eldaris is just going to hang out in what would be the smoking section outside.
Okay.
Looking maybe a little paler than he normally does.
Okay. Meanwhile, after that fight, you also see Light leaves the eyes, or Light, leave the table with Baroness, Achigek, and Paolo, and walk across the upper deck with to sit on the couch next to Baroness de Sol. Woodrow, you've gone to talk to Sheevorg?
Yeah, during that last match.
Oh, okay. What's going on?
Sorry about the delay. You wanted to speak with me?
Oh, yes. I wanted to talk to you about an exclusive partnership. You would work for the Blood Lane only.
Respectfully, I've been on this side of town for a century as an independent contractor, and probably don't have another century in me anyway. I would rather just keep going as I've been going.
You would have plenty of apprentices to take it on if you came with the laners. You'd have a, admittedly, mostly fully furnished, mostly clean lab. Alter yourself on the 6th.
I won't say your offer's not tempting. It is. But I'm already pretty set up and comfortable where I am. As far as apprentices go, more hands in the circuit. As much trouble keeping an eye on them as it is any benefit of having the extra hands. If there's any work you'd like done, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to take the contracts, but you had mentioned the possibility of...
you have much experience in designing AIs?
A bit.
And I will be in touch, most definitely.
I'd be happy to have your business. And again, I want you to know that I decline your offer as respectfully as possible. Your organization has definitely been around for me, and I've appreciated everything with our partnership this far. I'd just like to continue that. But absolutely, if you've got something specific in mind, more than fixing your guys' cocks, then I'm happy to take a look at anything you want to get worked up.
Of course. Make sure everyone knows that you're available.
Yeah, can I get an insight check on her? Did I just seal my own death warrant?
Sure, go ahead. Roll. I mean, not sure. Go ahead. Your death warrant is sealed.
11.
She's hard to read. You get the hint that maybe this wasn't about making a deal at all. Some kind of performance.
Okay. But no clear sign that she's going to burn down my shop tomorrow?
No idea.
Okay.
She could. Absolutely.
She absolutely could. She's got the manpower. But I figure right about now is probably when we're hearing that Randy won.
Okay.
So I will go collect some winnings. And did it sound like Brawrella had been healed up, but Randy had not?
Yes.
I'll go ahead and put 100 on Brawrella.
Okay. Anyone else betting on this one?
Nah. She lost one. She won one. She's good. She made her money back. It's fine.
I'd rather not risk other people's money. I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
And take it back to the table. I'll give Butcher his 100 for placing the bet for me.
Beep.
Borg then gets up and oh wait, no, she stays there. You go back to the table. Okay. Fire saves over there. Okay. A wizard guard goes back into invisibility, and the fight begins, but we cut to outside. Eldaris, you're walking up and down the massive, beautiful hallways of the tower, of Desul Tower. Opulent marble with magical lighting that gives it a sparkly kind of velvet cavern kind of feel to the hallway. It's certainly massive enough for 8 or 10 people to walk abreast. I mean, sometimes there are lev cabs that drive through it, and there are certainly people on lev boards and the like. But you can clearly see that people are taken aback by something on their devices. It seems that the news has broke about this cyst and demons coming from it. There are several rumors about what demons or creatures came from it, but the news is out that the cyst and the grove opal ruptured, and people are discussing it, but not just the commoners passing by, but also the 2 wizardly guards at the entrance to the club arena. Arena club?
Can I eavesdrop a little bit on the wizard guards to hear what they're saying?
Absolutely. Roll a perception check.
Okay. I'm going to tap myself on the shoulder if I can to give myself guidance first, just in case. Oh, thank goodness I did. It's not going to be very good, but still. 11 total.
Okay. Don't get much, but you definitely get the sense that they're worried about it, and that they've been worried about it. That it's
Something everybody but us has been paying attention to.
oh. No, but specifically, Fairness to Soul has been worried about. And that
Fairness
makes
to
them
Soul.
worry. Because she's the Archmage of the kingdom, right? The whole city.
I mean, why not? Having not gotten much, I'm gonna just talk. I'm just gonna go up to the guards, very non-threateningly. What's the commotion, gentlemen? It seems you two look like you've seen a ghost, and it looks like most of the people have too. I don't keep up much on this thing, and he kind of like would shake his communication device.
A cyst over at the Grove Opal, it burst, ruptured, and they're saying creatures flew out of it. A lot of people are saying there were monkey demons.
Monkey demons.
One person said it was a giant wasp of some sort, gargantuan in size.
Goodness. I had heard about the cyst was there, but I wasn't aware it was so close to bursting. I'm sure the authorities have a plan in place to contain everything.
And we'll see. There's a new captain, I believe, and they're trying that police force out. Well, I guess see what happens. But I understand, or one of them will say, it says right here that the House of the Architect just showed up, or priests from the House of the Architect just showed up. They're trying to seal it, and she'll pull up a live video streaming or casting of it.
As long as she's willing to let me, like, kind of peek over her shoulder, I will watch.
Yeah, she's sharing it.
Okay. And as we're watching, you said there was a new captain of the police force. Do you know who that might be? Is it
Mincev?
Eldaris does everything in his power to not grimace when he hears the name and just kind of keeps his eyes focused on the video.
You can see that the video is led, or the priests are led by this large minotaur man, who they begin casting divine arcane spells. The architect is the god of magic. And attempting to seal it. As the cast continues, you can see some of the priests on the edge of the crescent around the rift, or around the cyst and pool, are starting to faint and become weak. And the Minotaur is huffing and puffing as he continues to pray, and the cyst is getting smaller and smaller and healing and healing. They can't quite get it all, but it's back down to maybe the size of a basketball, where you could have drove a lev cap through it. Certainly a cock could have gone right through it, back and forth.
Thank all that is holy. It looks like they were able to at least contain it for now. I'm sure a more permanent solution will be coming soon. Well, I don't want to disturb your guard duties any further. I just wanted to have a better understanding of what was going on. Thank you both for indulging me.
Yeah, sure. Our duties, though, I mean, you would mess with the soul. They've had a violent crime in over 100 years at least.
Eldaris will, hoping the fight is over. No, this is going on. This is going on when Randy and
Yeah.
Brawler are having their fight. Good. So
we cut back to the fight. That's what happens. Okay. So the two of them rush at each other, start swinging, trees go down, battle axe meets fist. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Okay, we rewind back. Brawrella starts in as the fight is called. Randy, on the other hand, seems to pull some sort of vial or pilfer, or not pilfer, what is it? Some sort of vial from their dress and drinks it, stopping Brawrella in her charge. And then Randy screams, and you swear they come off of the ground a little as the wind builds up around them and little sparks of lightning arc off of them. And the lightning courses through their eyes and down their skin, and they set their feet back down and charge out, not being able to get to Brawlrella, put their hand out towards her, and the wind swirls around it and starts to swirl around Brawlrella, and Brawlrella becomes a sheep. And then the sheep kind of hops around. Randy rushes towards it, picks it up, and starts eating it. It becomes Brawlrella. She fights back out, getting back to the ground, able to resist as Randy tries to turn her into another creature. The wind and lightning arcing off of her are them as Brawlrella resists that spell, and they continue to duel back and forth, a brutal fight, blood splattering everywhere, with both of them becoming incredibly bloodied and worse. Brawlrella climbs up one of the trees to try to get onto Randy, but Randy is too good and turns her into a rat, throwing her down their gullet and swallowing before any damage can be done. And suddenly, they're bloated in the belly.
That was worth 100 gold.
Randy is deemed the leader as they yell out, and the lightning continues to arc off of them until it subsides, or the lightning and air arcs off of them and whirls around them until it subsides completely, and they drop to their knees in exhaustion and bloodied.
I don't know. I don't think that's really worth any money. Like, you just ate an animal person. Like, it's not a fight. Just kind of like saying this quietly to Woodrow, just like, I don't understand.
No. You're looking at it the wrong way, kid, all right? It's not a fight. What that was theater, all right? He just swallowed a rat until it became a person already in his belly, the whole bloating at the end. Oh, that was fucking hilarious.
Does not look convinced and sips more of her flat whiskey and says nothing else. Just kind of nods like, okay.
The prayer goes back up to sit with Sheeborg. Kind of between Sheeborg, and light leaves the eyes as she moves over there as well. Randy takes their spot on the couch, drinking a few potions and eating more chicken and drinking from goblets, trying to rest between matches, as there's 15 minutes until the winner's bracket matches, the final bracket. First up is Butcher versus Gloopyglue. Then the loser of that fights Randy, and then the winner of that fights the original winner of Gloopyglue and Butcher.
How far away would you say Eldaris has gone? Is it within a mile? I would assume so, but I'm asking.
Well, around this point, he comes back in. Eldaris...
That's no fun.
You come back in as you all see Napoleon take flight and fly over and then bow to the Baroness de Sol as they begin a conversation.
Eldaris will go back to the table. Did I miss anything awful?
Yeah, you were smart.
I had a hunch. Do you all remember that cyst that I had mentioned earlier?
Remember
Maybe?
that thing that's been hounded at you for like 25 weeks now?
Nah.
Grove Opal.
Precisely.
Yeah,
It burst.
yeah, I heard about
Huh?
that.
It burst. Demon, apparently some demonic monkey creature and giant wasps came out of it.
Yeah, I got some kind of little notification. She kind of like shows her calm. She clearly dismissed it very quickly.
I was able to see video of the architect priests. They've reduced it considerably in size, but it will definitely be a problem if it arises again. More disturbing to me is news of the new police captain. That is perhaps a personal anecdote. I don't need to share, though.
Who'd
Anyway.
you get for the job?
Oh, and you could kind of see him puzzling over the title to use, where normally he would use like a formal title. He's like, man named Mensive.
That fucking prick.
You know him.
Reputation.
Rook looks very just confused.
Be thankful, Mr. Woodrow. You know him only by reputation.
Judging from the reputation, yeah, pretty thankful.
Eldaros like kind of closes his eyes for a second, just to like clear. Like you can see, like just getting all the toxicness that he feels right now out of him as much as he can. Okay.
DM, I got a question for you leading up to the next match, because I believe the next one is Butcher and Gloopyglue, right? Nobody else really seems to have a handler or a manager or anything walking them to the stage, as it were. Is there anything I could roll history or insight maybe to know whether or not I would get in trouble or get Butcher in any trouble if I walked to the edge with him and put a buff spell on him right before he enters the arena?
Sure, go ahead and roll history.
I mean, judging by the fact that Randy just took a potion that allowed her to turn her opponent into a sheep,
Did it
I have a
himself.
strange feeling.
Or did it themselves.
You know that that's usually the sponsor's job? And that not being the sponsor and providing for a fighter is frowned upon. This is an official fight, so it may not be against the rules, but it's a faux pas socially for sure.
Right on. That being the case, while we are at the table, I am going to, as nonchalantly as possible, give him a different buff spell. Not worth as much, but it'll last longer. And I'm going to hit Butcher with a Long Strider, which will give him an extra 10 feet of movement.
Okay.
Sweet.
Yeah, I was looking at some other things that would do you a lot more good, but for not as long. But trying to keep it kind of on the down low. I figure a little bit of movement can't fucking hurt.
Fair enough.
Am I correct in assuming that bets are open?
Yes, beds are open. Do not make a link.
I will place a bet on Butcher to win, 350.
And also another 500 on Butcher.
Rook will put down 250.
No pressure.
Okay.
You're gonna have enough to pay the rent if you lose. So no, there is no pressure.
I already won more than this, so you're good.
The prior, am I muted? No. Okay. The prior is going to run over and cast Shield of Faith on you real quick.
Okay. Sweet.
Is there any way Rook can slip in a bardic, like cheering for him, giving him a little like pump up, something like that, without getting anyone in trouble?
Absolutely.
Okay, she'll definitely do that. Be like, all right, you got this. Come on, let's go. Just that whole like cheer squad pump up.
And someone remind me what Bardic and Shield of Faith do?
Shield of Faith is +2 AC.
Bardic is a 1d6 one time that you can add to an ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Basically, any D20 roll.
Sweet.
Might want to save it for them saving throws.
You
Yeah,
also
that's what
notice
sounded
that
like.
during this break before the fight begins, Mankrinug leaves. AJ takes their place near Light Leaves the Eyes, with the Prior and Shevorg all trying to have a civilized conversation. And Baroness Ankrinug, Kriegik, never had it earlier, calls Wormmill over from the bar. Seemingly sign of kindness. Then Gloopyglue is in. Butcher is in. You got your Bardic. Got your shield. Got anything else?
Long Strider.
Strider.
Sorry, all my spells that could help you are short.
Gloopyglue raises both of his pseudopods and his eyes roll up in a smile and then start spinning around, and joy is he mimics waving like a giant inflatable sales balloon person thing. The crowd's going wild. Gloopyglue, Gloopyglue, Gloopyglue. And the illusory projection of Baronet de Sol yells for the fight to begin.
Quick question. Did Butcher start that chant for Gloopyglue?
I got really excited at first. I was like about to just start walking towards him.
Yeah, the bet is evened out here, 1-1. So whatever you bet, if you win, you just win it back.
Oh. Fuck that noise. I'm not risking 500 for no profit.
So wait, if I bet 350, I get nothing back if I win? That's not even a bet.
You get 350 back if you win.
Oh, that's different. That'll take.
So you'll spend the 350 to get the 350.
Yep.
There's
Even
no
odds.
profit.
No.
There's no profit to it.
Yeah, I'm not putting down a bet for that then.
Wait. So if I bet.
Yeah, you literally just get your money back.
Yeah, then no. Then that's then I get nothing. It's
Yes.
like here's 350. Either I'm not gonna make any money.
You
from
lose nothing, but you also get nothing.
So then
But you
why
have the
would
potential to lose something.
so then
I
why
don't
would
know.
Why would anyone make a bet?
Some people be dumb.
I'll say
Bragging
I understand if
rights.
it's. I would say I understand if it's even not.
Or if you're betting for the other person, and then they win,
But yeah, no.
then anyway.
Yeah, if I'm not going
Yeah.
to make money, I'm not going to bet.
Hey, Butcher, all the pressure's off.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I was
Have fun. Start that chant. Let's go.
God forbid, man. If I win this fight, I think I gotta fight Randy again, right? That's how this works?
The loser
Well,
of this will
whoever
fight
wins,
Randy.
Yeah. Shit.
Alright, so
Alright.
roll initiative, see if you go before Gloopyglue.
Alrighty.
You rolled a crit, which means you got an 18.
Give me a second. Still running slow.
Pussy.
Oh, God. Alright, so we're using physical dice. Oh, wait. Alright. And that is a 15.
Alright, 18 goes first. What you got, Gloopy? Going to charge at you. It's your turn.
Alright, give me 1 second. My entire page just froze, so I gotta.
Gloopy, glue, Gloopy, glue.
Oh, he was starstruck.
Yeah, apparently. What is going on? Come on, work for me.
You can use physical dice if you want to.
Well, it's not the physical dice so much as my actions and stuff are on a different page.
Ooh.
I'm using D&D Beyond, so I can see what my AC is. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I apologize. Just give me 1 second. It should unfreeze here in a second. Just gotta. Okay, sweet. We're back in action. 15 feet. So I have 40 feet of movement right now. So that's gonna be. Which leaves him. Yeah, sweet. I can get to here. Is it not liking me again? We're good. I need to get a new laptop, everybody. Okay, sweet. So, with that being how close I am, that makes him within my 15-foot range, correct? With how far I moved?
Yeah. No, he's at, it's like 20 feet.
Is he? Okay.
Clippers.
I'm gonna throw my computer across the floor. Okay. I'm so sorry, guys.
It's alright, dude.
All this time with my stuff pulled up for battle, and then the second I go to roll dice, the entire thing freaks out.
Today is not a good day for tech, is it?
Everybody's
I'm
been
telling
having
you,
problems.
man.
Yesterday and today. It all started yesterday.
Well, some of us have been
Because I
having
was
more
gonna
problems
have
than
it-
others.
Well, it definitely had to happen 30 minutes before my D&D session that I was supposed to run was going to start. So I unfortunately had to disappoint some characters who are in the middle of an amazing dungeon crawl and were probably going to meet the BBEG of the Ark.
Well, if it helps, I know what I would like to do. I would like to use my bonus action to rage. And then that means I get to roll on that wild magic table, which I can't pull up right now.
I can, though.
Yeah, just roll a D8.
All right. I got a tree.
Jeez. Great Roshalom.
I love wild magic.
And oh god, I'm pretty sure that means that when I rage, oh no, that's a separate thing.
So, an intangible spirit which looks like a flump or a pixie, your choice, appears within 5 feet of one creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet of you. At the end of its current turn, the spirit explodes, and each creature within 5 feet of it must succeed on a dex saving throw or take 1d6 force damage. For your rage end, you can use this effect again, summoning another spirit on each of your turns as a bonus action.
It's back, boys and girls.
The flumps.
The
Love the
flumps
flumps.
back.
What was his name? Percival?
Yes. I'm very confused as the flump pops into existence the second that my rage core goes off.
I feel like it just looks at you, tilts its head really confused, looks over at the opponent, also looks very confused still.
Everybody
goes
gets
over.
very confused.
Now, I don't have a picture of Flump as I think they're copyrighted.
Space
But I
jellyfish.
do have this picture here of a spirit that I paid for.
Can I also, so I know it's a bonus action, but since I can't do anything this action, can I use my action to do Giant Smite?
What?
Giant Smite, it's part of my fighter thing. As a bonus action, I can magically turn large. I like to imagine as I was sprinting at him, I just like all of a sudden become just a size larger as like the biometrics expand, and then I slam onto my rage core, just filling these gaps between myself with this just glowing red energy. And as we're like about to clash, a flump just pops up.
Nice. Alright, and then you're gonna explode your Flump.
I am exploding.
Oh my goodness, Globby! Such a high roll on X save.
I'm so proud.
I think he succeeded. What is your save?
I think for anything that related, it's a 14.
Okay, yeah, 16 passes, I believe. But still half damage, I think. No?
Yes, I think so.
Not
I
half
don't have
damage.
that. Oh, okay.
It's not half damage.
Okay.
But you can bring it back as a bonus action in any of your turns. Lobby is going to scooch around the tree and up to you and try to scooch you a couple of times with his pseudopods. Wish. Whip. Flat. 16 to hit. And a 13 to hit.
Hey, what was the first one?
16.
It does not hit.
Eyes go up and back a little, and everyone hears them say, "Well, golly, you're stronger than I thought."
I immediately crack the biggest grin you've ever seen from the compliment from my hero.
And yeah, it's back to your turn.
Sweet. So, action, I'm going to utilize the laser net. And that is going to be a 23 to hit.
It will certainly hit.
That So he will then take 2d10 force damage at the beginning of his turn, and as a bonus action, I am going to resummon my Flump buddy.
Right. Coming at you. It's coming at you. 12. Oh. That's what they sound like. Oh.
I always like to imagine Flumps as Pokemon, and the only thing they say is bloop.
I always imagined it as a passing of gas. It's like
I love it. Flumps are one of my favorites.
And then restrained by the net fails the is it grappled or restrained by the net? It's restrained, right?
Gets restrained, and so I get to roll that 2d10.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, but roll the d6 for the flump that blows up. Because it
I see.
automatically fails that dex save.
Sweet. So the d6 is going to be 3.
Okay.
And the 2d10 are going to be a 7 and a 1, which is going to be an 8.
Alright. It's... Oh no, haven't been in a trap like this in a while. And what is the escape DC in the net?
For the net, let's see, you put it in here somewhere. Did you put it in here, or did you mean to put it in here?
I think I meant to put it in there. It's 15.
I think we had this problem last time. I can write it in this time, I think.
Okay, it's 15.
Okay.
Should be able to put it in the notes. Gloopy fails to get out, and his eyes turn and start looking around, seemingly desperate inside his gelatinous body. But he has not split or anything. Like his membrane is intact. He's not spilling the acidic ooze out yet. Your turn, Butcher.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm going to pull out my maul. Give me a second to double check something really quick. Sweet. So this will do an extra 1d6 because of my large size. I'm going to swing down on him with my maul. So that is going to be an 18 to hit. I believe I get to... Is it roll with advantage when they're restrained, or is it they just doesn't have movement?
You have advantage.
Okay, well, we're going to try again for this chance at a crit here. And that is a... That's the wrong page. That is a... Nope. The highest I rolled is an 18.
18 will hit.
Sweet. So that is going to be...
Don't forget your enlarged, so you get the bonus damage.
Yep, an extra 1d6. That is going to be...
It's 1d4, I think.
For the Giant Smite, it says add 1d6 to any one attack.
Okay.
Yeah. Once... There's going to be 13 points of damage. Bludgeoning specifically.
Splatter a bit with that one.
And bonus action, here comes back Percival.
Oh. And that's the end of your turn. He blows up.
Yep. And I think with an automatic failure, I get to roll. You said it's a d6 with the damage?
Mm-hmm.
That is 5 points.
Definitely not looking great. One of his eyes is exposed now that it's splattered about and he's bloody. And it's dry and you can see how dead it is now that part of it's exposed.
Mm-hmm.
And just doesn't look like the Gloopyglue that you know and love right now. To try to escape. Not quite enough.
Never meet your heroes, folks.
Oh, roll the 2d10 force damage.
Alrighty. That is going to be 10 points of force damage.
Well, I guess this is the end. A career and a life that's been well worth it.
A single tear rolls down his cheek.
Die at your feet.
Please surrender now, Gloopyglue. Live to fight another day.
You know I can't surrender if you're any kind of fan of mine. You always have to fight. That's the motto.
I know.
Gotta do what we believe in.
There's an absolute. There's a single manly tear rolling down Butcher's cheek as he is crushing his hero. The person who originally taught him to never give up in a fight.
From the crowd, you hear Woodrow, "Whoa, fucking get out!"
Alright, I guess it's time for another attack, and it's my turn.
Gloopy, Glue, Gloopy, Glue, Gloopy, Glue.
Oh, Jesus, that's a 19 to hit.
The crowd is buried. Roll your damage. That was with advantage, right?
Oh, that is with advantage. Okay, no, it's not better. I want to put it out there that I'm, like, although I know that I have to, like, that I need to make this as epic as possible, I do not want to kill him here. If I can knock him down to where he's unconscious, I'm going to try to, but I'm not sure how familiar I am with slime enough to know if I can do that.
Yeah, let's, I guess roll biology of a sentient ooze. I think that's Arcana.
I'll do an Arcana check, yeah. That's a 14.
You're not.
No, you know what? Yeah. This is where it's at. This is where I use my pocket inspiration.
No, goodness.
My hero's life. God damn, it's a 1. That's a 15 Arcana check. In case you want to know where my priorities lie here.
You think that if he's destroyed without immediate healing, he'll be dead? Maybe a Revivifier raise might be able to work? Don't know how to... as best you know, there's no way to knock out ooze.
Right,
either kill it or it absorbs or dissolves you.
Well, I love how I rolled the attack before I rolled this, because I imagine that it's like an anime moment, as like I have this like Naruto swing flashback to watching Gloopyglue's fights when I was a kid, just like a young kid on the streets, getting my ass kicked every day, and like watching the first Gloopyglue fight and like him fighting, and it was like a bitter close rematch. As I'm just swinging, and then like you just slow motion, this hammer is coming down. All right, that is going to be Oh, Jesus Christ. It's going to be 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
I love you all! Silence. Then the illusory projected fairness to soul. Winner, Butcher!
I'm just going to, like, drop down and shrink back to my normal size as all my stuff comes down. And, like, medic! Medic!
You're breaking up there for me, I'm sorry.
I'm going to scream for a medic or a wizard to come heal him.
Can a cleric do anything to heal him?
You'll rush over. Like, what is it? Why are you weeping for this loser?
There's going to... Wait, who says that?
Prior, Margarine, that's sponsoring you.
Oh.
He fought gallantly, but he lost. You're a better warrior.
I weep for the loss of a challenger worthy of my fighting.
How am I supposed to revere and hold high warriors of the past? Those warriors have fallen in my eyes. So what is the need to revere them? They were not enough, were they?
There is a white-hot rage burning in Butcher's eyes right now. The strife experienced by one of our own.
You see there, Gloopyglue is, his form is darkening, turning to a brown, like a putting dirt in water kind of thing, slightly muddy water. And his eyes start to gray, and yeah, he's just this smelly blob that isn't even acidic anymore. The touch. You could
But I
scoop him
have-
up and possibly raise him. You could pay to raise him later if you wanted to.
Yeah, would I have like a container or something I could like put his eyes and some of the goo into to just sort of like a part of him?
The area of him, the volume of him is roughly the same as yourself, right?
Right.
So you need a pretty big container. You're going to need a person-sized mason jar. Something like that.
Watching all of this from the crowd, would I think that it's possible if we were only to be able to, like, if I were to, like, toss him a beer mug, would it be able to raise the consciousness into a smaller form?
I swear to God, if I get a pocket-sized Gloopyglue, I'm never gonna stop playing this game.
I'm trying for you, buddy. I'm trying for you.
Roll an Arcana check.
Okay.
Or religion check, either one. Is
24.
Holy shit!
Okay.
Save the man.
You think because it's an ooze, yes, but you're not sure if the consciousness will be able to return.
So,
Because
like,
that was an awakened state.
so might not get like all the memories or something, but might be able to retain some semblance of life.
Yeah.
I'll toss him a mug.
Mug hits you in the side of the head, Butcher. You're looking at your hero decaying in front of you as
I'm gonna.
the priest looks on like Like, why are we still out here, over here?
I'm gonna very ceremoniously just sort of put the eyeballs and then a scoop of goop into the mug and sort of just cover the top.
Okay.
And I'm gonna stand up and how tall is the prior anyways? Just out of curiosity for him.
5'8", 5'9".
Okay, cool. So
Shorter
I am
than
definitely
average.
looking down at him. As I stand up, I'm gonna look at him and just say, "You must have long left the warrior's path if you do not mourn for a fallen enemy," and just walk by him.
Enemies are meant to be killed.
Oh, please don't hit the prior.
I got one rage left, baby. He's not worth it.
With Gloopyglue dead, Randy moves on. The finale is Butcher, but there is a 15-minute wait between that final for the final one. So is there anything? Napoleon will fly back over to this table. Wormmill leaves after talking with the Baroness for a while.
For the record, Butcher, that long strider, the extra 10 feet of movement, lasts for an hour. So you will still
damn.
have that for the next fight.
What about the Shield of Fate? How long does that thing last?
Oh wait, no. Napoleon will go visit the other Baroness. That's what I forgot. Okay. And with this break in combat, let's take a break in the game.
What?
Sounds good.
Awesome, awesome. Everybody, we will see y'all back in about 10, 15 minutes for the maybe finale of this Grand Arena night. In the meantime,
Perhaps.
we live in the internet just like you do. Hit all the buttons. Like, subscribe, thumbs up, ring the bell, all the stuff. There's a donation button somewhere, and there's merch to be found. Go do it. And we will see y'all in a minute. All right, everybody, welcome back. We are back. You are also back. I know because there you are. DM, your show.
Hello, everyone. And we're back with the break before the final match, where Randy would have to defeat Butcher twice in a row to win. A Butcher only has to defeat Randy once. We're at the break before the fight. Is there anything you want to discuss or do? You can see oddly that light leaves the eyes, and Shevorg are playing nicely, seemingly in a casual conversation, just at different tables. You can see that the Baroness Anchigek is in a conversation with Napoleon, who is again keeping his head low in reverence, respect, similar to how he spoke to Baroness de Sol. Cheeky reply is taken up to where the competitors were sitting and laid on one of those tables, while her power shell is taken over to behind the counter, and then it sort of disappears. Or taken behind the bar, and it sort of disappears. That's what's going on in the background as y'all are talking during the break and the fights.
How you feeling, Butcher?
I might have misjudged my relationship with the Lord of Strife.
Think you're
Well,
in for more than you thought you were, or what?
No, that's a deep philosophical question we'll get into later. Anyways, hold on to this. I'm going to put the mug of Gloopyglue down in front of him.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, a lot of people are not happy with you and giving you the stink eye, Butcher. Everyone in here was a Gloopyglue fan.
Did
funny enough, Butcher.
did my passionate warning, my passionate, very public warning, not go over well with them?
It's probably the only reason they're not throwing food and glasses at you.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna do what I can to cover this mug so that it keeps what's left of Gloopyglue inside, and slide it into my bag of holding.
Okay.
Doc, how about you? How you feeling? Ready for another round?
I think I could go for a coffee, perhaps, if they have it. Something, given everything that's occurred tonight, I think something with a little more bite to it than my normal cup of tea would be preferred.
I'm gonna go check the odds. I'll see what they got at the bar for you, and I will head that way. Get everybody around him a coffee, and check the odds on the next fight.
Okay. How long is the concentration on long strider?
Not a concentration. Lasts for an hour, so he should be good through the next fight.
Odds? I mean, Randy, though, just displayed some magical powers for the first time ever. It just came out of nowhere.
The bookies don't know what to make of any of this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's confused now. There's just some new shit being thrown around.
Huh?
Sorry, I interrupted you. I was just saying they don't know what to make of it. There's a whole bunch of new stuff coming around.
Mm-hmm. I think Randy's still the favorite, but just barely. Number one.
I will say to the group before we leave the table, any assistance, magic-wise, would be greatly appreciated. I know it looked like a strong contender in the last fight with her, but I don't know what she's got up her sleeve this round.
Yeah, Rook will, kind of nod and just, well, I'll help you right before you get out there.
Since it does not sound like there would be any substantial payout, I will go ahead and skip out on betting this round. But I will come back with another round of drinks and coffee for the doc.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, well,
Mickey's will serve it to you. Mickey is a servant, Warforged. Many upscale places in Lowtown and even in Hightown use them for, service industry stuff.
Eldaris denies any cream or sugar as he sips the black coffee.
Bastard.
Well, Rook will happily finish off her previous whiskey and take the new.
Eldaris
Thanks.
Eldaris will point to it and prestidigitate the carbonation away.
Just kind of gives him a little bit of a smile and a nod as well. Thank you.
Friends, before the battle begins, assuming that we are all going to be in one piece, I believe that we should find someplace private to discuss some things I have witnessed.
I figured there's something up with you. Couple of hard shots followed by some black coffee.
Well,
Yeah, that was weird.
I just thought you were inspired by my great feats of strength and decided that it was time to start drinking again.
It just kind of raises her eyebrows looking at Butcher and kind of stifles a laugh.
you will forgive me, Mr. Butcher. Your first fight I missed completely. But I assure you it was for good reason.
I promise I'm not taking it personally. Butcher is taking it a little bit personally.
I will say you've been very impressive in the other fights that I've seen. And Eldaris just will sip his coffee. Do we wish to return? Do we wish to return to Mr. Woodrow's shop? I know my apartment can house us if we want.
My place can hold us all too. I think it's kind of wherever anyone wants to go.
Yeah.
I definitely need to head back to the shop sometime tonight. I'm real fucking close on something and need to get it finished up.
Speaking of which, you and Mr. Butcher still wanted to see my prosthetic, correct?
Take a look at it.
Yes.
I'll tell you in advance that I do take care of it in the same manner as anyone who would view this as a prosthetic, as opposed to an integral part of who they are.
Hey, man. Everyone's got a different stroke.
Well, once we get to wherever it is we're going, I can let you take a look.
Sounds good.
Mr. Woodrow, the odds are not favorable for betting?
Damn near even.
Mm.
Between Randy pulling that shit they did with Brorella, and then I don't know if it was the crosswires or what, but that big move you pulled a minute ago.
You're referring to Mr.
Yeah, when he extended his plates out like that.
I wasn't aware there was tech that could do that. I assumed that would be mere. Again, I don't mean to be offensive. I thought that was illusionary in nature.
So, I don't know what happened, but when I was younger and before I got my augmentations, I studied giant magic, giant language, the like. Some distant ancestor of mine had giant blood in them. Turns out that with the right focus and a little bit of, I don't know, arcane corrosion in the system, I can access some of it again.
All technology is magic, but yet there is still some magic that escapes the binds of technology, perhaps.
That's a good way to put it.
When you start mixing the two, you really get the fun shit, though.
Oh, it depends on how you view the lack of control.
Well, we'll see how much more I can pull out. This fight with Randy ought to make me use what I got left in the tank.
Oh, well, I understand it. You only got to get them once.
I know. But this race car is about burn out. It's going to need a recharge period rather soon, or else I'm going to end up burning.
Well, please do be careful. I would hate to see you end up like that poor Tabaxi girl. Do not know what happened to his other opponent, and I do not believe I want to, based on speaking with Miss Rook.
On the plus side, you're mostly metal, so if he does try to if they do try to eat you, they're gonna lose a lot of teeth.
I am indeed made of mostly metal. It's not going to go well for him.
You'll be good.
I am not the type to wish ill on anyone, but I would hope that you defeat this Randy convincingly, shall we say. I don't mind a good fight. I've seen several of them here before. I do draw the line at cannibalism, though.
I do think it's in poor form, what he's been doing, but I guess we'll find out.
DM, I'm going to take the moment to look around the club. Anybody doing anything noteworthy? Or is everybody still pretty much same last position you gave us?
Well, a perception check.
12.
Looks like the same thing's happening I described earlier.
I wonder if they're discussing the occurrence at Grove Opal.
We go with probably not.
I mean,
But maybe
I
if
hate
it's
to
part of the territory, I don't know. I don't know.
I hate to say you're probably right, but you're probably right. Especially now that it's been contained, everyone's going to ignore the problem.
It sounded
And
like
again, we
half
do
the
have-
town was ignoring it anyway.
Well, I will say we do have bigger things to worry about. Unless this is...
We can't
No,
take care of every problem that happens in this city, you know.
Eldaris
Are
kind of
we
looks
really
away.
those kind of people?
Oh, there's one problem I think that might need our attention.
Hmm. Is there another
But
sis somewhere?
Hmm?
She just kind of. Is there another cyst somewhere?
No, we can call this perhaps a spoiler, I believe is what the phrase is. The cyst might be related to something I saw.
She kind of like makes that. Okay, go on. Face like no other reaction other than just like.
Oh,
Butcher, you're called to the pit or to the arena.
Brooke will quickly give him his little pep talk. Slap him on the back, kind of wince slightly because she hits metal, and give him a bardic.
as he takes a few steps, I'll call out, Mr. Butcher, for Gloopyglue.
Okay.
One hand goes up.
One of the people nearby goes for Gloopyglue. The other person goes for Gloopyglue.
I'll raise a
Everyone-
tankard and kind of point
Or
to
is-
the crowd as everybody starts in on it, and a nod and for Gloopyglue. Make sure
He would have
it's got the right
wanted-
tankard.
He would have wanted to go out to the champion.
And with that, Baroness de Sol even will stand and use her magic and her wand to create Gloopyglue's theme music from his pro days.
That's what it's about.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Butcher, you make your way down. See Brandy struggling down. Got another potion in her hand. Or vial of some sort.
Alrighty.
The crowd is like, for Gloopyglue! Then the illusory projection on the windows of the Baroness will say, in our final matchups, Randy the Dame and Butcher. Ready yourselves, fighters. And fight! Roll initiative, Butcher.
You got it. Alrighty. That is going to be a 12.
Okay. You go first.
Sweet. Okay. So, the first thing I'm going to do is... Oh, come on. Don't do this. Don't do this again. I already know what I'm going to do. Okay. First thing I'm doing, I'm using my Giant Smite. And come on, please. For the love of God, let me see the map at least. There we go. And, you know, it's weird that it doesn't change my, what's it called at all? My distance that I can walk.
Yeah.
but I can at least make it 40 feet.
You can take the dodge action or ready in action.
I can indeed. I am, however, going to bonus action rage.
And roll your
Yep. Ooh.
Yes.
I got a 2. A 2 is
Teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space you can see, and until your rage ends, you can do it again as a bonus action on each turn.
So, looky there. Boom, boom.
Jesus Christ. This is okay.
Get
Yeah,
on
we're
this
under
side,
face.
get in this side and push them out the window. Although these are pretty tough windows.
Yeah, no, that's a fantastic plan. Bamf. We're night crawling this toe. And I want to make a what would that be? An attack to try and get her to get pushed back like that.
It would be athletics versus athletics.
Oh, yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Okay. You have advantage for being enlarged, right?
I do.
And you have a bardic inspiration to beef up a roll. Oh, and she's exhausted in this, or they're exhausted. Oof.
Yeah, I have advantage. Yeah. So that's going to be a. Come on, don't slow down on me. I just need you to roll one thing. Come on. Alright. And we're going to go ahead and use that Bardic because I want a high number. That is going to be a 25 in total.
What? I'm sorry?
That's going to be a 25 in total.
Alright, with that, you shove her back 5 feet.
Alrighty. I'll take it.
Alright, is it, let me check. I think that's right. That shoving is only 5 feet. Check.
Yeah, I think that's right. I don't know how it works with large creatures, though. You know what I mean? Like,
Shoving creature. That's only 5 feet. Moves the target back 5 feet away from you.
man.
Then you can step
Alright.
up to her if you want. Don't have to.
No, because I already used all my movement.
Oh yeah, that's right.
God, I did not realize I was only going to be able to shove back 5 feet. That sort of sucks.
Right, well, on their turn, uncorks the vial and tosses back the potion. You see the storm starting to build from them. Even more powerful this time. It's actually blowing, like it's pretty violent right up next to them, like Butcher is. And lightning is arcing off of them towards your metal. They're trying to keep back from it, and it all stops as the storm collapses in on Randy, and in their place is a sheep. Sorry,
I
Butcher.
mean, turnabout's fair game. Eat it.
That moment. That definitely crosses my mind. Like, I'm assuming that's the sheep's turn.
It's your turn now.
Okay. Could I get an estimate on? Oh no, that's bad sportsmanship.
Ooh. Throw the sheep through the fucking window.
Sheep's tired and hungry and starts eating the virtual plants, or attempting to eat the virtual
Have a new
plants.
pet.
Just kick
I
it.
know what I'll do. Can I pick up the sheep and attempt to throw it through the window?
Absolutely. So picking it up will be one action, or one attack.
Action surge.
And you have advantage, athletics.
Yes, I do.
You're doing athletics. Grab it. Oh my goodness. Sheep rolled so well. Oh well.
That is a 17 in total.
The sheep got an 18. It avoids being grabbed. Meh. People
Fair
start
enough.
laughing in the crowd. Drew, that's when you notice that a large form has landed beside you and kneels on its back, its haunch, back haunch.
Sorry, I
It's
sort of missed
cold.
that. What did you say?
Huh?
Is that Napoleon next to me?
Yep. Hey, can y'all not see the names of them?
No.
Gosh,
I can.
have it turn.
Really?
You can?
Like it's
Yeah. I see the word Napoleon.
now I see Napoleon. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and just whole smash this thing and bring the. See which one am I gonna?
It moves past you to try to get at other. Moves away from you. You get an opportunity attack.
Yeah, I'll take
You want to
it.
attack the sheep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That is going to be a.
You know that if you attack it, the sheep form will end and Andy will return.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. Let me double check and see if there's anything cool I can do. Alright,
Just
yeah.
try to throw it again.
Yeah, wait till next turn. to
Run
throw it out
after
the
it,
window.
catch it, go.
Yeah, we're gonna try that again next
that's
turn.
its turn. Is it just moves away looking for a real. Let's see.
Yeah, okay. On my, I won't make the opportunity attack, but I will try and pick it up again on my next turn.
Okay, roll in athletics with advantage. And remember, you have the inspiration, the bardic inspiration.
He used his bardic.
Oh,
He used it for the shove.
oh, that's right. No.
That's a natural 20.
Woo!
That makes it a 26 in total.
You snatch up the. Randy the sheep,
Mm-hmm.
and it. We're laughing. Someone out there says, "Kill it!"
It's a shame you have to leave this
Napoleon.
form. And I'm going to do my action surge, and I want to throw it against the glass as absolutely hard as possible.
All right. Roll a strength proficiency attack.
Just a straight up strength check?
No, it's like a throwing a spear or a javelin or something. It's a strength ranged attack
A strength range attack.
or throw attack.
Okay, so I think that
And
would
just
be
a strength modifier plus your proficiency bonus.
okay. So that should be a +6.
Okay.
Alrighty. 19 + 6, 25. That's the roll that I need.
Immediately, the glass shatters. The illusory host Baroness de Sol, starts bouncing in and out of existence or projection, as well as the colors and everything. And suddenly, all the illusory lights of advertisements high up in the city come pouring in, as well as the freezing cold wind, and I guess, oh yeah, the the shutters would be closing on it while Randy goes flying down into the street. And
Butcher starts laughing uncontrollably right now.
So I love the mental image of the damage from the glass having transformed him mid-air. And now it's actually Randy falling the rest of the way.
That's right. For falling all the way, there is an insanely brilliant light, which I need you to make a con save with advantage, as this light erupts outside the windows, and Randy is sheep is transformed back into Randy the Dame. And you can feel the storm as well pushing this light.
17 plus 8, 25.
Alright, you're fine as it shatters a moment later with Randy splatters on the road.
After finally trying to catch my breath, I turned around like the crowd and just put my hands up.
At that point, the shutters have completely closed. They're like a half a foot thick, lead and iron mixture to shut off the outside world in case something breaks. And you turn, and the crowd is stunned for a minute, and then they're like, "Fuck yeah! Yeah! Butcher! 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 Butcher!" And they're pretty stoked. Meanwhile, rewinded a few during this grappling session with the sheep. Napoleon and Woodrow, Napoleon has been arrived at the table and says, "Well, Woodrow, it looks like you had a private conversation with Sheevorg the Harsh. Something I should know?"
I was able to maintain the same independence that I have kept for so long. It was an offer made, but no, you should know by now I value my neutrality. I'm just trying to make a buck.
Be careful that your neutrality does not get you into a predicament. I can offer you a better deal. The horde is vast. The moons come to... And the moons of my next cycle begin soon. I will molt and become greater than those mere villains around me. Just give it some thought. No matter their price, I will beat it. Yeah, butcher, butcher, butcher! Napoleon strides away like a spiteful cat.
Did I hear any of that conversation?
Yeah, anyone at the table would have.
Okay.
Napoleon is not silent nor discreet. He's a big-ass white dragon.
Some big fucking dragon.
As the cheering is going on, I'll lean into Woodrow. Mr. Woodrow, it seems that your services are in high demand.
Oh, my services are always in high demand. what it seems like is that the price is going up.
The question, I think, might be the cost, considering that Mr. Napoleon seems to want your allegiance.
Probably you're gonna have to wait. Sorry.
No.
Got my dog whining at me.
At this point, Eldaris will stand up and applaud Butcher.
Yeah, same.
Most of the people are amazed. For Butcher. The Baroness will float out as the hologrammed forest floor. What did I just do? Did I put this?
There you go.
The hologram floor, or holographic floor, dissipates into its circuitry and shimmery glossiness. And she floats over to Butcher as he maybe shrinks.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and drop it.
Okay. And she floats down, not touching the ground, but lifts out or reaches out with her pale hand and raises your hand and says, "Our new champion, Butcher. I believe." Looks around. Cheeky reply is our second place winner. Congratulations. I hope that you all enjoyed your time here at the Molotov Blitz. I forgot her accent.
I'm
Please remember to tip your servers. And she gets a little chuckle out of everyone from that. Because they're forges, right? Mickey's. Model. Anyway. Says, next round is on the house. Everyone enjoy your time. Mr. Butcher, please come speak with me. And she'll kind of twirl her wand around and create like a silver disc for you to step up on, Butcher.
Sure, yeah, send it.
It kind of floats beside her as you both go back towards the couch and seat that she... And she's like, interesting that you would show up like this out of nowhere after so much time, Mr. Butcher, and defeat arguably the strongest opponent I've brought in a year. I think this is a fortuitous meeting. Things that we could talk about for some time, but I would love to know your enhancements. Hey, sit. Drinks on me.
Butcher gets visibly excited at the idea of speaking about his enhancements.
She wants details, right?
I would like to message Butcher, Cantrip, to just say we might want to get out of here before she decides you need to pay for that window.
Yeah, the two fingers go to my the tip of my head. Don't worry, I've got this.
He probably moves his lips too, doesn't he?
What's that?
I said he probably moves his lips too, doesn't he?
No, but he thinks he's scrunching his eyebrows and he puts the two fingers full on Professor X to send that message back to you. As he does it every single time he responds to one of you guys.
Leave immediately. I just remembered. As soon as the fight's over, Light leaves the eyes and BJ and leave immediately. They're gone. Sorry to have interrupted. I'm so sorry I interrupted y'all.
you're
You're good. You're good. So what does the magic lady want to speak to me about?
What? Sorry?
You said the oh god, I'm absolutely terrible with names. But the lady who brought me over on the floating disc, she said she
Oh,
had
Baroness de Soul.
this. Yes, Baroness the Soul.
She is just interested in your upgrades, your techniques, where you learn them, the history of your combat skills. Get the feeling that this is maybe a job interview. You've had like high-ranking military and guild fighters have tried to recruit you before, right?
Yeah, I definitely tell her about the my time with
I
the
love
Red
to get the
Suns.
swag out of this, though.
Yeah, I definitely tell her about the Red Suns. Tell her about some of my more basic augmentations. I leave out Marcus in all of my details. I do not mention his name. But I do give some of the details about my more typical augmentations and like one or two spicy bits about the things that might not necessarily be too easy to obtain in the legal normal routes.
At the end of that, she says, "That's quite fascinating. I'm very intrigued by all of this and would like to let's get to know you better. I have a club down on the 30th. It's a bit more public than this. Perhaps you should stop by sometime."
Absolutely. I'm going to write down that information so I don't forget it. The club on the 30th?
Yes, the Inkwell.
And if I were to stop by, typically I travel with that. I would use the word entourage, but we've become somewhat more of a team in recent times. Would it be a problem if they were to come along? They don't necessarily have to sit by for a meeting, but simply to have a drink at your establishment.
Of course, you should know that there are no weapons allowed within the Inkwell. It is a place for knowledge and conversation. The only blood we spill is that pearl blood we need for invocations. Or the rare dragon blood. Keeps it quiet with Napoleon in the room.
I understand.
And she does gesture over with her fingers, kind of half-heartedly, and says, "You have fans waiting for you." You look over to see Shuvorg and Prior Merverine waiting. Blood Lane, also the Blood Lane gang member, still also waiting behind Shuvorg.
Alrighty.
She says they'll stay there until you want to. You like your prize, by the way.
I'm sorry, you sort of cut out for me a little bit there. What was that last thing you said?
Did you like your prize? No?
Well, of course. I'm very excited to see what lays in store.
He opens a compartment on that table between her chair and the couch you're on, and pulls out a lead box, opens it, and inside are gold plates. Each of the gold plates worth about 500 gold. There are 4 of them in the crate or in the lead box. It's 2,000 gold worth of gold.
Yes, yes, it is. This is a very generous gift, man.
So it is your reward for winning, and I'm sure that you'll use it in every possible way you can to improve yourself only better. We should have a further discussion about sponsorship before these two dig their claws in and not let you go. I promise you, working for me is, well, it's the tits, honestly.
Well, I appreciate that offer. I'd love to discuss it with you at the Inkwell instead of when I have my current sponsor sitting there. I think it would be rude to discuss business like that in front of them.
Oh. So, I will go. I have business with the Baroness. I will speak with you later. Good fight.
Thank you again for your offer, man.
She floats up and floats across the room to go sit by the Baroness. While Sheborg and Pryor run over. Is that our winnings? Pryor will say. It's so amazing. He takes it. Amazing. Pulls out one of the plates and hands it to you. Then one of the plates and hands it to Sheborg. And she looks at him and says, "We're splitting the last one." And he said, "Of course, once we smelt it down, we'll have it delivered to you, right? You're down there on 10, right?" That's that. What is it? The garbage parlor? She stares at him, her tattooed red face full of tire tracks, and eye twitches, rage. And he says, and she says, "We're splitting it now." And she turns back, and the ganger produces a battle axe. And he grabs it and starts casting a spell on the blade to heat it up. And you can see her hands are smoking a bit, holding the handle. But she slams it into the plate and splits it. And then takes the partially melted gold plate off and tosses the other one to the Prior, who bobbles it and drops it. Split it. Prior's like, "Sure, we've split it. That'll work." It's the harsh eyeball. Her brow twitches, and he says, "Well, it was wonderful working with you, Mr. Butcher." He hurries away. Leaving the club. Tuborg, on the other hand, says, "Well, better than I thought, than I could have even imagined. Bought me a lot of favor with the Baronesses as well."
I am happy I was able to do that for you, ma'am.
Don't know if you know this or not, but there are some pretty nasty places to fight. Ones you're not going to find cast on the dark net. Dark Aether. That's what I'm going to call it.
Well, hopefully there's room for Butcher the Sheep Slayer somewhere along those fights, but for tonight I'd like to celebrate. And while I'd hate to bring up business now, I do believe we had discussed the rewards of you being my sponsor as well.
Hands over the half-melted plate. This should take care of any monetary rewards we had discussed. Then, is there anything else?
No, just a genuine thank you.
Oh, Jesus. As quick as possible. She'll turn and walk off. She doesn't leave, though. She kind of wants to gloat where Napoleon can see her.
Understandable. I'd also want to show off in front of a dragon. Speaking of showing off in front of a dragon, that leaves me with how many plates then?
1.5 to 750 gold worth of gold. You can get it exchanged pretty much anywhere. There's always exchanges.
Sweet.
Like Forge Meat has huge exchanges up in Lowtown.
Alright, yeah, I'll keep it in mind. Sweet. With that, I'm gonna go rejoin them.
Okay. Alright. People are kind of cheering you instead of that stink eye they were giving you earlier. They're now cheering you. Good job. Let me get you a drink.
Absolutely.
You have people buying you drinks all night.
See, the solution to people not liking you for killing people is to kill the right people. That's the lesson Butcher learned from this, and he's going to stick to it for the rest of this campaign.
That's fair.
Dedicate your matches.
Yeah, every fight from now on.
What was I gonna say?
Quick question for you.
So,
The prior that ran out with a plate and a half to himself, how and to who was he connected again?
the House of Strife. One of the temples. God of War and Strife. Conflict.
Okay, so mugging him
My
down
fault.
the street would probably get me in trouble.
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure, because if Woodrow saw that little interchange and him scurry out like a scared little fucking mouse, it crossed his mind.
Consider it my best and final donation to that bloke.
Okay, sorry about that. Okay. Yes, you're all at the table. People are buying the table drinks. Everyone made a lot of money. Who did make money off of that? Anyone? Who all bet?
No, when we were told the odds weren't worth it.
That one was 2-1 in favor of Randy. Gloopyglue was the one that was 1-1.
I was
heard
told
people betting.
I was told that the odds were too close for Mr. Woodrow. That there was going to be no profit on this one.
Yeah, well, no, my understanding was there wasn't going to be much profit, because you had said that like it was pretty close. So I was figuring one of those payouts where like if I wagered 5, I might only get fucking 6 back. I did not hear 2-1. If I had, I would have, but I did not.
Same. I didn't hear that either.
Yeah.
So
I would have.
otherwise, I probably would have bet too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well.
I mean, it is what it is at this point. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think if everyone said they want to bet on me, and then it was discussed that like, oh well, what are the odds? And it was like, it's pretty close to 1-1 again. And it was like, all right then.
Yeah. Oh well.
It'd be like that sometimes.
But, I mean, it would have been in real life. It would not have been 2-1. It would have been a little over 1-1. But
no worries. I think we all came out ahead through the evening.
Yeah, I think so.
And now we're getting a lot of free drinks. Nobody's complaining.
Yeah, Butcher has turned down the toxin filtration system in his liver.
Gonna tie you one on.
Eldaris is just watching everyone getting drunk.
Rick is just steadily drinking. She's definitely not drinking to get drunk or anything.
Oh, I just earned a new title. It's an occasion to drink, baby. But yeah, hell yeah. Celebrating, turned down my tox filter so I can get a fucking hammered.
Oh. May I quietly remind the table that I do need to discuss something important with them all at some point.
Yeah, we can hand wave the partying until we get back to somebody's abode.
Yep. So, have a few rounds, play the crowd a little bit, and GTFO.
All right. Before you all leave, Napoleon and his White Fist go to say their thanks and their gratitudes to the Baronesses. And then they leave when they pass Sheevorg's table. Clearly, Sheevorg and Napoleon have a few words as her hip freezes to the table. And then he exits, or is forced to exit as more invisible wizards appear around him. And then Sheevorg is brought over to the table with the Baronesses, but she's not allowed to bring her ganger over, and the Mickeys are told to leave, and the other Highborn are told to go away. As the three start discussing something at the table. Well, 4, Paolo's there too.
If we're going to leave while they're still talking, I'm going to butcher this name. That's not a pun. Baroness, am I saying this right? Unchik? Unchek. Yeah, who the one who invited us to her table. Seeing that she's busy, I'm not going to say anything. Just like a very polite, a little bow, just so not to interrupt the conversation, but just to let her know, a sign of respect and thanks before we leave.
My student, the highest house in Decker Tower.
Just a quick question while Butcher's still going. Oh,
so
no, you guys are doing a thing. I thought it was over. That's on me.
It's okay. As you give that bow, though, you do hear that, Eldaris.
Could you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Become my student, seek the highest house in Decker Tower. The highest home. Should be highest home.
Eldaris will send the message back, and I will plan on meeting you soon, very soon.
All right. We'll head out and grab a Reneb cock, and
Rook's got her own vehicle, so she'll take that.
Can I ask a quick question while Butcher is still riding the high? So, what was I don't remember the names. I'm trying to look through my notes to find it, but the leader of that gang that came in that I left my number for on that piece of leather.
Camnus.
Camnus.
Mhm.
Yeah. Did I
Frank was
ever?
an extra arm.
Yeah. Did I ever get a death threat back from doing that?
Death threat?
Yeah, like I was wondering if she ever, flirted back and sent me a death threat. I was just gonna send her a link to the match.
You could definitely post it on their like screen boards, their forums.
Yeah, I'm gonna attempt to like just tag her in it and be like, "This is what you're missing out on."
Okay.
Just leave it there. Call that a power move, baby.
Have we decided whose abode or place of business we will be traveling to?
I don't know,
I
but
thought we agreed on Woodrow's because he had something he was working on.
yeah, I've definitely got something I want to finish up. But I was gonna ask the two of y'all if y'all want to hop in the bag, and I can leave the top open so y'all can breathe, and we can all just ride with Rook.
90% sure I don't need to breathe, but send it.
Miss Rook, is this acceptable to you?
That's what y'all want to do. She's just got a look on her face like y'all are some weirdos.
I just want to make sure I go in the bag.
I have yet to get my Go-Go Gadget roller skates, so yeah, I guess we got to figure out some way to get back.
Oh,
And I'll be damned if I'm paying for another taxi.
fucking right.
Miss Rook, how much, Miss Rook, before all the modifications and the like, how much did you spend for your bicock? The basic model, shall we say?
How much does a basic cock worth to you?
Man should never ask a woman such questions. And then she puts her helmet on.
Have I said something wrong?
You said everything correct, bud.
I thought I did. I just wanted to know how much a bicock costs.
I think that White Fist without it. Well, nah, shit. He rode off on his bike. I was gonna say I might have an extra laying around the shop, but I don't think that's the case. I think we put him on the bike and sent him on his way.
He crashed right at the intersection outside your place.
Oh, he crashed.
Well, we'll check when we get around the shop and see if it's still laying there in the street. If it is, we'll bring it in, brush it up, and put you on it.
I've thought about purchasing one. I just wanted to know what the market was. What, Mr. Butcher, do you have an idea of what Miss Rook was referring to? Did I miss something?
It's sort of like asking a woman about her age. You never ask a biker about how much they spend on their vehicle,
Oh, I must apologize. Well, I'm assuming we're not in the bag yet. I apologize, Miss Rook. I did not mean to offend. I just, but like I said, buying a base model for transport, not for show.
All right, Doc.
He hears in his head, just does not even look at him or anything. He just hears in his head, "Oh, I know. I just really love pulling your chain. It is so adorable, the faces you make."
Hot.
There's a small tinge of red in his in Eldaris's cheeks. Like, well then, shall we be on our way?
There you go, in the bag.
Me and Eldaris are getting real close in this bag together. Y'all better behave.
So the cheapest bikes out there that are even brand new are like training bikecocks. Would be like 50 gold. Really good ones start at like 500 gold. But I mean, look at the parts. Woodrow can build one in a week.
Good to know for later.
then you can get upgraded ones or upgrades to yours and all kinds of other stuff.
We're gonna be a biker gang, boys.
Just want to be cool, guys.
Today I see Eldaris and oh, are we gonna get patches? Oh, I can't wait for the patches. All right. Anyway.
This is because I've hugged a police officer really, really closely. Until it was having problems. Reason.
All right, we got anything else?
Can't wait.
Okay. Well, you'll return to Woodrow's shop. Driving through, you do dodge a few strange shadow monsters out in the ruins between Base Town and that tower, the Desoul Tower. But you eventually get back into Base Town and get to Woodrow's shop, and at like 3-ish in the morning, and then I guess we'll call it there.
Sounds good. Cool.
Thank you, everybody, for coming and hanging out with us, coming to play with us. You know what it is. This is the internet. This is where we live. You spend as much time here as we do. Press all the buttons. Any button you can find. Press the little red buttons and the big red buttons. All of them. They're going to do something. Good luck. In the meantime, we will catch y'all next time. I believe we got more Call of Cthulhu coming. I believe George is going to be running some for us. And the week after that, we will be back with Denizens. And in the meantime, love y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out and playing with us.
Everybody.
Thank you
Bye,
guys.
everyone.
Bye, guys.